Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry about missing yesterday. You might not even see this in time, depending on how late I get it uploaded. Been dealing with some health issues, so I had to go do some testing and stuff yesterday. So kind of threw my day a little bit off schedule. Today we're going to stick with the Classics Week like I planned. Have a couple more coming this week that I'm excited for. But this one here, Roots Manuva, Dreamy Days. This goes out to Jake. Guy that's been with me since day one, man. I asked him whatever track he wanted for Classics Week he would get, and this is the one he wanted, man. So big shout out to Jake and everyone that's been around since day one and hanging with the channel, man. I appreciate you cats for sure. So let's jump in, see what he got for us.
Just a long foot bandito. I might take off my shoes.
Okay, hang on a second. That whole, I've heard that someplace before. Is it the sample that I've heard? Has that been on something before? Maybe I heard it on looking through someone's Instagram. It was on like on a reel or something. My brain, I don't know, my brain knows I heard that hook before, or anyway, I'll bring it back here. But yeah, man, I know I haven't heard this song, but that sounds so familiar to me.
I'm just a long foot bandito. I might take off my shoes, won't take off my socks tonight. Take a little peep under that frock tonight, but there'll be nobody pop tonight. You know my style, I keep it on a holy out of body mind blown. We in some zone, so how deep can we sow those seeds and proceed to buck the limit? Spinning in the whirlpool, essential beat. Messing around with all these chemical rushes, when natural highs come a whole lot cheaper. Sweet Tagita got me singing. Baby, baby, babe, I got this sudden urge to misbehave.
Bro, this is so interesting, man. I'm loving the sound. Everything about this sounds so sweet. I like that idea where he's saying, man, I might take a peek under the hood, under the frock. I may take a peek, but I ain't taking my socks off. And what I think about all the time is that old joke where if you have sex with your socks on, it doesn't count. So I'm thinking that's the kind of thing too. Is like he's not getting too comfortable. He's not going to take his socks off. He's going to peek under the hood maybe, but he's not. There's not going to be sex, right? And right off the start, listening to what he's saying, it's like he wants this to be more than that, and he wants to see where it can go rather than let's not just jump into bed, have like cheap sex, use each other for a night, and perhaps maybe miss out on something in the long run at the same time. Let's take our time. Let's do this the right way. Do this the right way. I wish this video was clearer, man. But I know this is, even though it's probably been like 15 years or whatever it's been. It's too bad. I knew this looks like it was shot underwater, man. But I know probably the original doesn't look this way, obviously. But it'd be nice to get a clearer upload on that.
You know my style, I keep it on a holy out of body mind blown. We in some zone, so how deep can we sow those seeds and proceed to buck the limit? Spinning in the whirlpool, essential beat. Messing around with all these chemical rushes, when natural highs come a whole lot cheaper. Sweet Tagita got me singing. Baby, baby, babe, I got this sudden urge to misbehave. I want to take you away from all the stresses, buy you nice flowers and expensive dresses. You don't believe me, you think I'm cheesy.
Bro, even that, right? I want to take you away from this. I want to buy you flowers. I want to buy you expensive dresses. You don't believe me, and that's funny because that's something that I had heard in the past uh, when I was single before I met Vanessa. It's like you meet somebody, go on a couple of dates, and then they break up with you. No, not interested. You're putting on an act. You're not this nice. No guy's this nice. Whatever, blah blah blah. And it's like, even though I'd say to him, like, listen, I have no interest in all the bullshit. I no interest in all the games. I don't want to play all this bullshit, man. I'm not filling your head with all these fairy tales or make believes or whatever. And it's not even like I was uh, being abnormal. I was just being nice, right? And it's sad that that's where we are, especially now. Is if you come off as quote unquote too nice, they think you have an agenda. And there are people who take advantage of people. I don't get me wrong, but he's like saying like, this is the things I want to do for you. This is let's take it slow. I see something great that could be here, and it turns around, but you think I'm cheesy for saying these things and acting this way. Interesting, like an interesting kind of topic of a rap song, right? Because usually rap and hip hop and always talking about sex and getting as much sex as possible. When it comes to a song about sex, it's not talking about finding a wife and making a relationship and building a future. It's about how many chicks you can sleep with, or this is how I bent her over the sofa, or stuff like that, right? So it's an interesting take on a hip hop love song, actually.
Messing around with all these chemical rushes. When natural highs come a whole lot cheaper. Sweet Tagita got me singing. Baby, baby, babe, I got this sudden urge to misbehave. I want to take you away from all the stresses. Buy you nice flowers and expensive dresses. You don't believe me, you think I'm cheesy. Dreamy days, come what may, we feel no way.
Sorry, I know I paused it a lot here so far, but if I don't pause it this time, the power's gonna go out, and then all that's for naught. So hang on, it's like. Jesus Christ. That was more difficult than it needed to be. Or maybe I just made it more difficult than it needed to be. All right, let's keep going. I promise I won't pause it again in the next 10 seconds.
You think I'm cheesy? Dreamy days, come what may, we feel no way. There's gonna be fun and lots of laughter. Dreamy days, come what may, we feel no way. There's gonna be fun and lots of laughter. I want to feel ya, I want to know ya, I want to hold ya. But at the same time, situations are complex, cause you got particulars, I got particulars. Old circles are sick of us, cause we're walking down the Primrose road to everything and nothing. So can you picture past the honeymoon, where you beat me with a wooden spoon and got me sleeping on the couch? Now I'm thinking, whose house is this? This is my money, this.
Wow, man. he that that whole part, man. It is. He's basically saying relationships are difficult, man. You got your shit, I got my shit. I think he says you got your particulars, or I got my particulars, you got your particulars. I think he said particulars. Um, I mean, like, people are sick of us because we're running down Primrose. Like, is that like a fancy part? Like, I'm thinking of like a fancy part of London or something, Primrose, or is it that's like a way of saying like in a garden where there's like flowers and it's like a beautiful. It's kind of like over here. Sometimes we say it's not all champagne and rainbows. Is it that type of idea? That primrose type of using it as that type of a term? Um, but he's saying like people get sick of us, and then he grabs at nothing, right? He says like I think he says grasping at everything and nothing. So sometimes that what people see from the outside, they think that think they're happy, they think they have the perfect relationship. Oh, I wish I could have something that you have. You're so lucky, that stuff like that. And meanwhile, they don't know the half of it. Maybe they may not know any of it. Maybe it's not as great as it looks from the outside. And I know that from personal experience from growing up. And I've often said that about my dad, right? Where we would we'd be like yelled and screamed at after an incident at home, and be like half an hour in the car just getting like a physic or mentally and verbally abused, and then he gets out of the car like nothing happened, and he's just like the life of the party, and we're all stuck in the car terrified, unable to even wrap our brain around how easy it was that he switched on and off. But I know that's a different type of relationship, but I feel like it's the same type of thing. People see what they want to see sometimes, but also people put on an act, like he's saying, right? But this is deep, man. Like I said, this is like unlike any other love song that I can remember hearing.
Situations are complex, cause you got particulars, I got particulars, old circles are sick of us, cause we're walking down the Primrose road to everything and nothing. So can you picture past the honeymoon, where you beat me with a wooden spoon? I got me sleeping on the couch, now I'm thinking, whose house is this? This is my money, this is my pain, these are my drugs, this is my brain, and it's never gonna be the same, it's just Dreamy Days. Come what may, we feel no way, there's gonna be fun and lots of laughter. Dreamy days, come what may, we feel no way, there's gonna be fun and lots of laughter. I'm a one-man powerhouse, seen within the scene, son of the soil, living the love, living the dream. Whippersnappers get jealous, it's true they don't know about my X amount of heartbreak. Years of low dough, we professional, we dealing with business. Revolution creep up, slap you on the nose bridge. Toots in the back room, getting the dust. And these women in my black book, they all quite posh. Still I wash my own breath, wash my own socks, I'm cocksure. It's a greasy pole, square peg in a round hole. Too much show now. Some say I'm arrogant, some say I'm laid back. From a council flat, paying higher rate tax. Who's the that? Who's the geese? Must be me, Manuva MC, with a second LP. For all of the girls, I got the vitality. It's my Dreamy Days. Come what may, we feel no way. There's gonna be fun and lots of laughter. Dreamy days. Come what may, we feel no way. There's gonna be fun and lots of laughter.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's a couple of things there. I didn't want to stop it again, like I said, but that honey, or like, can you see past the honeymoon to the point where you're hitting me with the wooden spoon? I'm sleeping on the couch, wondering like whose house is this, right? I mean, it goes a lot too, like again, building upon that idea where it's like people have this sense where like everything is great, and everything is just, relationships are hard work, man. And Vanessa was talking to me about that the other day. Like, what would be the advice that you could give about relationships? And I was like, people say relationships are 50-50, but they're 100-100, man. If you're not giving 100% in the relationship, then the relationship's going to fail, or at least it's going to be miserable. And that's the thing. Can you look past the honeymoon? Like, this is all champagne and rainbows, like I said. But 5 years from now, we've got, not even 5 years from now, a year from now when we're living together, we got bills and we got troubles and we got shit at work and mother-in-law is a pain in your balls. Like, when all that stuff happens and you're hitting me with that wooden spoon, are we going to be able to look past it, man? Is it going to be a relationship that lasts, or is this built on the wrong things? And then he brings it down away from being in a relationship with a woman to a relationship with the music. And even though he's, he's been in this game a long time, and he's still, and yeah, he came from a council flat to the point where he's in a bigger tax bracket. I mean, he still washes his own drawers, man. That's what he's saying. I ain't no American star that once your song hits the radio, you have more money than God. Like, he's not that person. He's still him. And even though people know his name and people know his music, it's it's not all fantasy. It's not all what it looks like to be on the outside. But this, and I mean, man, I've said it before. If I had a wish, each one of these cats in the UK, man, would get all the money and views and respect that they deserve, because they definitely do not get enough of any of that shit. So big shout out to Jake again for recommending this track, man. It's dope. And big love to everybody who's been around since day one. You guys have stuck with me through some of the early days. I'm sure they're just absolutely horrible. I won't even go back and look at any of my videos because I don't want to see them. I can only imagine, especially the first few days where I was standing at my bar doing them. Let's not go there. Anyway, I love you guys, man. Each and every day, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, and until tomorrow, stay safe. Good to each other.